What's up everyone, it's Brad with the Hodlor fandom. Today we are kicking off our Veve Versus series, where we pit two comics against each other to see what could be the better buy on the Veve platform. Today we are featuring one single matchup, and in this one, I'd say it's almost akin to the classic MMA matchup of a striker versus a grappler. For Veve Comics, it's popularity versus scarcity, with Journey into Mystery issue number 85 versus Thor issue 337. Let's get into it. For those not familiar with this new series, I thought it would be a good way to shake things up just a little bit and allow me to get through more comics at once. Now what I've done here is split up the Veve comic population into 4 brackets: the Bronze and Silver Age bracket, the Spider bracket, the Modern Marvel bracket, and the Keys, Grails, and Low Editions bracket. And this is where today's matchup is taken from. I'm going to try not to rank them so you don't have like a top seed versus a very poor comic in a very obvious winning situation. I'll try to make them closer to even where possible. Also, time permitting, I do plan on including multiple matchups in each video, especially when we get some of those less marquee matchups. And of course, this is all subjective. This is not financial advice. This is just for entertainment purposes only. Let's first take a look at Journey into Mystery issue number 85. This is the first appearance of Loki, but it is also the first appearance of Odin and Heimdall as well. In this comic, Loki escapes imprisonment and seeks revenge on Thor, his mortal enemy. It was never established here that they were brothers, but this would be revealed a bit later in Journey into Mystery issue number 94. Thor had an alter ego at this time named Donald Blake. He was a crippled doctor. It's kind of a long story, but this is explained later in Thor issue number 159 that this alter ego was created by Odin 10 years prior to teach Thor humility. He turns into Thor by tapping his walking stick on any surface. In this issue, Loki lures Thor by playing some tricks on some humans, and a bit of back and forth and a battle and chase ensues, and ultimately Thor is able to capture Loki and send him back to Asgard. So that's Journey into Mystery issue number 85 in a nutshell. I actually covered this in one of my very first videos here on YouTube, so if you want more details on this, feel free to check that out. Let's quickly go over Thor issue 337 now. This shows the first appearance of Beta Ray Bill. Now the issue starts by showing Surtur destroying the home planet of Beta Ray Bill, whose race is known as the Corbinites. Most of the Corbinites are killed in this attack, but Beta Ray was one of the few survivors, and he is tasked to be the champion of those that remain. He doesn't look like other Corbinites because his consciousness was essentially transferred into this really powerful cyborg body. Now, Beta Ray Bill is currently in stasis on this ship called the Scuttlebutt. As it approaches Earth, Thor is sent by Nick Fury to investigate, and this sets off alarms, since both Thor and Surtur emit the same power because they're both essentially from Asgard. So both Thor and Beta Ray get into a fight, and back in the day, not only did Thor have an alter ego, there was this thing where if he was separated from his hammer for more than 60 seconds, he reverts back to his alter ego, Donald Blake. When this happens, Mjolnir reverts back to the walking stick, Beta Ray picks it up and taps it on the wall, and it turns into Mjolnir. Then Beta Ray Bill gains the power of Thor, as well as his clothes, it seems. So that's really where this particular issue ends. But a couple important things to note. This was the first time anyone lifted Thor's hammer. In the next few issues, Thor and Beta Ray Bill fought for the rights to Mjolnir. And while technically Beta Ray won, he chose not to take it. So Odin created a new hammer called Stormbreaker, which Beta Ray accepted, and Beta Ray and Thor would eventually become allies from here on out. Let's check out what the numbers look like, and for that, let's pull up my comic market cap dashboard. I update this weekly and link the latest report in each video. So here's Journey into Mystery issue number 85. If I personally were to buy one, I'd be looking at acquiring the uncommon from a pure value perspective in regards to market cap. This comic is currently sitting in the number 8 spot in total market cap, just below Ultimate Fallout number 4 and just above Daredevil number 1. That kind of makes sense to me, as Ultimate Fallout issue number 4 is kind of a modern day grail, so I'd say Journey into Mystery number 85 is fairly priced relative to where the overall Veve market is at the moment. I do think Daredevil number 1 should be a little higher though. Now let's pull up Thor issue number 337. The best value based on market cap is the rare one, so I would be buying that one if I were to be buying one of these comics. It's currently sitting at number 16 in total market cap, so that's less than half of the market cap of its competition today. When you compare the other low edition comics on Veve, it's sitting at number 3 compared to those, but I kind of don't want to use those as comparison as the prices and market caps are kind of wonky with some of these low editions. All in all, I'm going to give the edge to Thor 337 because the market cap is significantly lower, but the important question to ask now is how much more can they grow? To answer that, let's start by looking at the real world values of these comics. For Journey into Mystery issue 85, a 2.0 graded comic is just over 3K. Now let's look at that Daredevil issue number 1 in comparison again, since that's around the same market cap, and Daredevil number 1 is around 4K. So I interpret that as more of Daredevil number 1 is a bit undervalued on the Veve app. Not that Journey into Mystery is overvalued. For Thor issue 337, a 9.4 graded copy is only $400. So I think the comic collectors here have spoken, and the edge definitely goes to Journey into Mystery number 85. The money and demand is clearly with Journey into Mystery number 85. Now let's look at future catalysts in popularity. Tom Hiddleston's portrayal has been amazing since day one, and Loki has been a staple in the MCU since his first appearance in the Thor movie. He now has his own show on Disney+, which has been renewed for a second season. It's safe to say that he's not going anywhere. Now, Beta Ray Bill was teased in Thor Ragnarok and is rumored to be making an appearance in the next Thor movie. There are even more rumors that he might join the Guardians of the Galaxy at some point. Here I am giving the edge to Journey into Mystery 85 since Loki has his own show, and it's a feature show. It's a guarantee that he will be having a season 2. Now, Beta Ray Bill, on the other hand, his appearances are only rumored, and they are not rumors to have his own show, it's rumors to be a member of a team. Let's put this all together. All in all, I have the winner as Journey into Mystery number 85. Now, the aforementioned tail of the tape definitely leaned that way, but in addition to that, Beta Ray Bill, he's an intriguing character and an extremely powerful one. I mean, he held his own against against the Silver Surfer, and he did some damage to Galactus. Now, the issue that I have, though, is he never held his own in terms of a standalone character with his own stories. Now, I'm not saying that Thor 337 is worthless. I do think as more announcements and casting news about the character are announced, it may find bumps in prices. It's just that when you compare Journey into Mystery number 85 compared to this, I'll take the first appearance of Loki as the better buy. So that's the first matchup. Journey into Mystery number 85 moves on to the next round. But just before I end things, I have a couple of notes. Firstly, if you need a Go token for the upcoming migration, I do have about 600 of them. So drop your Go address down below in the comments and I will send you one. Secondly, let's get this Veve community growing. Here is my Veve account profile. Feel free to give me a follow and I will follow everyone back that follows me. Maybe one day we could meet up in the Veve verse. So you can also find me by looking for the Batman Who Laughs that I listed for about 6.9 million gems. I don't know why I picked that. I thought it'd be kind of unique. That's all I got. Thanks for watching. Please consider liking and subscribing. I'll see you in the next video.